But I want to talk a little bit about engaging communally. How do we create not just alone, but how to create with groups of people? I think there's something super fun about doing something with larger groups of people, be it 3 people, be it 10, be it 100. There's something super fun about interacting with others. It's something that becomes much bigger than yourself. And so this is something I've done over the years a lot. I've been a part of other people's. So, even what we're doing right now, this is something that is much bigger than just, it's a group effort, right? I've seen it done also just in cities. So groups of people that are artists in cities that are doing something together. It's incredibly uniting for the artists and those that come in, taste the fruit of whatever it was that was created. And so I think some of the questions that if you are somebody that wants to create a communal art project or do something with a group of people, I think just clear questions like this: who do I have a relationship with, both in and out of the church? What skills and art forms are represented in the group? What sort of expectations? Are there any deadlines that need to be there? Is there a topic that we're all interested in that we can all create around? What are the boundaries? What unites us in what we're creating? So I'll mention a few examples. Like for Versus Project, we stick to the ESV. We're sticking to verbatim scripture. There's no additions, no subtractions. I think on every summer at our church here, we go through the Psalms consecutively. So I think we're in the 70s now. But every summer we go through the Psalms consecutively, and we invite visual artists from our churches, and we purchase 18 by 18 like little wood panels, and we hand those out to visual artists from our church, and they pick one of the Psalms, and they respond to that Psalm visually. We respond, so they create something, and then we put it up on that Sunday. That whatever Sunday we're going through that Psalm, we do that. I've done another art project that we went through the Sermon on the Mount, and so we had a bunch of people kind of get together and read through the Sermon on the Mount together, and we say, what did you guys hear? What did you guys see? How do we respond to this creatively? So it's a really funny discussion. We had one guy that was a tap dance professor at a college in town, and he was there, and he was like, man, I'm a tap dancer, and I would love to use my gifts for this project. And I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's in trouble. There's no way we're going to be able to incorporate this into any of this, right? So we read through the Sermon on the Mount, and then somebody else who has a background in performance and performance arts, he was like, hey, as we were reading through it, we were talking about Sermon on the Mount and Jesus saying, you've heard it said, but I say to you. You've heard it said this, but I say to you. And he's like, it reminded me of like syncopated rhythms, like Jesus like was overlaying like truth on top of things that they had already heard. He's like, it seemed like syncopated rhythms. And that seems like a lot of some of the performance art of tap dancing is that. And so basically I had already written a song on that passage. And so we ended up kind of meeting up with this tap dancer and having him create rhythms on top of that song. And it was a fun way of incorporating different creative elements for that. And that was an idea of just exploring it. If you had asked me before saying, hey, do you want to incorporate a tap dance into this art project? I would be like, what are you talking about? And yet it was precisely in communal creativity that we kind of came with that. So there you go. So those are some of the things that we've done.